Up here I am, episode 40 of the Basement Tapes. 1952, we remain. The 1952 Bowman US Presidents. These are president cards. I have three. I had more, but I think I gave a few to a friend for his brother to complete his set. So here I am holding three, and these cards are made a few more times throughout my collective journey by various manufacturers due to the fact that Bowman will eventually get swallowed up by Topps, and Topps would keep on issuing the exact same set in different sizes. So 1952, there are 36 presidents by then. Produced by Bowman, $6.03 is your average value for a total of $217. Complete set is $125 to $250. Please take all this with a grain of salt, because I believe Beckett is a little behind on updating the prices. There are a lot of cards to keep track of, and of course, the money is with the modern stuff. So I imagine that's where all the efforts are being applied. TCDB will tell us that these are 2.5 by 3 3/4. Yep, the big size, the same as Topps in 1952. 36 of them, all that stuff. This is the R701-17 U.S. Bowman 1952 Bowman U.S. President set. Made in Philadelphia, PA. Anyway, there's not a lot going on here. Packaging, we can see the U.S. presidents, red, white, and blue, stars, stripes, everything. 5 picture cards, collector series, bubblegum, 5 cents. So pretty much getting right to the point, telling you what you're about to get. 5 picture cards and bubblegum for 5 cents. Let's see here. The gallery. We'll go through the gallery and we'll see. We'll rip through this pretty quick. There's only 36 cards here. George Washington is card number 1, Declaration of Independence. And then there's another George Washington, card number 3. And then we get into the heaviness of U.S. presidency. John Adams, number 4. Thomas Jefferson, 5. James Madison, number 6. Burning of the White House, number 7. James Monroe, 8. John Quincy Adams, number 9. Andrew Jackson, number 10. Let's move on here. Martin Van Buren, he's number 11. William Henry Harrison's 12. John Tyler, 13. John Tyler had about 6 wives, if I'm not mistaken. He's a number 13, as I said. I think, I don't know. Let's get back to where we once belonged. John Tyler, 13. James K. Polk, 14. Zachary Taylor, 15. Millard Fillmore, 16. Nobody names their kids Millard anymore. Franklin Pierce, 17. James Buchanan, he was from Pennsylvania. He's 18. Abraham Lincoln, you may have heard of him, 19. 20 is Andrew Johnson. 21, Ulysses S. Grant. Also, Robert E. Lee making an appearance on there. A little bit of a photo bomb. Rutherford B. Hayes, 22. James Garfield, 23. Chester Arthur, 24. Grover Cleveland, 25. Benjamin Harris, 26. William McKinley, 27. 28 is Theodore Roosevelt. 29 is William Howard Taft. 30 is Woodrow Wilson. And 32 is Calvin Coolidge. 33, Herbert Hoover. 34, Franklin D. Roosevelt. 35, Harry Truman, not pictured. And 36, Dwight D. Eisenhower, not pictured. So a lot of exploitation in these cards. You see Franklin Roosevelt going from a wheelchair to crutches to a seated portrait. A lot of war stuff, kind of telling us how these people made their hay. For instance, Calvin Coolidge. It says Calvin Coolidge, the 30th president, served 1923 to 1929. Born in Plymouth, Vermont, July 4th, 1872. Pitched hay, sawed wood, and did the other work of a boy brought up on a New England farm. Graduated from Amherst College. Took up law as a profession. Began career in public office as a city councilman in Northampton, Massachusetts. Moved up the ladder in such offices as city solicitor, state senator, lieutenant governor, and governor. Elected vice president of the United States in 1920. Became chief executive upon the death of President Harding in 1923. Sworn in by father, a justice of the peace. Elected in own right in 1924. Might have had still another term, but did not choose to run. Said to be the first president with Indian blood. U.S. Presidents Collector Series. BGHLI, printed in USA, card number 32. So that's Cal Coolidge. Probably didn't run in 29 because the country was in the crapper. Herbert Hoover would have a lot to do with that as well. So anyway, that's the presidents. Let's get back to the first George Washington one. It says Washington takes command at Cambridge, Massachusetts. So that says Washington takes command at Cambridge, Massachusetts, July 3rd, 1775. The American colonies were already at war with Great Britain. There had been fighting at Lexington and Concord. Ethan Allen had captured the British forts at Ticonderoga and Crown Point. The Patriot forces needed a commanding general. The Continental Congress on June 5th, 1775, chose George Washington, who had given fine public service ever since he was a very young man. On July 3rd at Cambridge, Massachusetts, Washington took command of the American troops gathered about Boston. Artillery thundered. There were shouts and cheers, but none knew that he was cheering the man who would be the first president of the United States. None knew that there was to be a United States. So that's card number one. Nice little wax stain on there as well. So historical stuff there. Would have been nice to have seen these when I was a kid. I would have gotten more into this stuff, I'm sure, other than baseball cards. So R701-17, according to Jefferson Burdick, 1952 Bowman US Presidents.